Fixers. In this video of our Python Lambda series, we want to take a look at this code snippet and how we can make it more Pythonic using the map function and a lambda. First of all, let's analyze what does this code do. So we have a function f here, which increments a value by 1. We have a list called axis with 4 integer values, and then we iterate over this list. And here's something special. I created a copy of the list axis using the slicing operator. Why do I have to do it? Because inside of the loop I append a value to axis. If I hadn't used a copy here, we would have gotten an eternal loop, because we iterate over a list, and in each iteration step we add an element, so we have a new iteration also, so the loop would never end. That's why we use a copy of axis and append the new values to the original list. Then we cut off the first 4 values and just keep the 4 new values, and we get the output where all the values are incremented by 1. So that's really lengthy. We can make it much shorter in Python, much easier. Another note, why did I use the copy here? We could also have used a new list like this, appended to this list, so we don't need the copy. And then we can append to the new list here, but then we have to assign this list back here. If I run it again, you see it's still the same. So here we need a new variable, and that's all very difficult, a lot of code. We can make it much shorter in Python. First, we need the map function, and this function takes another function and applies it to each element inside of an iterable. So here goes a function and here an iterable. Now we could just use our f function, which we defined here, because it's still in memory now, because I ran this cell before. But we only want to use this function once, so we wouldn't define it as a separate function, but just use a lambda. And it's very short, so it definitely makes sense to use a lambda here. And that's how our function f would look, as a lambda. Now all we need is assign it back to axis and also convert it to a list. If not, we get a map object. And in the last line, we just print axis. So I will remove this cell. And now we run again. And you see, we get the same result with only 3 lines of code. It has become much simpler with the map function, a lambda that we apply to each element in axis, and we get what we want. No additional variables, no copies, no loops. It's so easy with map and a lambda. So I hope you learned a lot from this video, and see you in the next video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. See you soon.